signs you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Alright, so now we're starting to get to the little more interesting topics here. Okay, I truly aspire to this level of petty. There's this here. Okay, I haven't watched this part yet because every time I get a chance to watch TV, I'm knocked out on the couch. And this is why sometimes after I knocked out on the couch, I have full energy to come back and record again. And get knocked out again, come back. Okay, woman on the phone. You have voted no for a monarchy. There's that. Same thing here. Woman on the phone. You have voted no for a monarchy. So how many times? I didn't get to that episode. Alright, you have voted no. It looks like no. Diana laugh. Oh my god. It's obviously this. Nobody will know this. This is just Diana by herself. Nobody will know this part. It's obvious. This did make me laugh. Alright, the squad with the GIF laughing. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. That's all we have in terms of comments. And it's about the crown. Okay, Diana voted no for a monarchy over and over is kind of hilarious. The crown. Okay, my favorite moment. It's so something my petty sub-self will do. Haha. That scene was so dang relatable. It was funny. Her hitting Vidal was too funny. I kept laughing out loud and seeing her personality. I know she have done something like that in real life. They made me laugh as well. I was shouting out to the TV, "Go girl," and she's still commenting, "No." I absolutely loved the way Diana was portrayed in The Crown. It was surreal seeing some of the images of her capturing her sense of fun and natural charm. She's inevitably became the star of the entire series for me personally. Okay, agree, but actually she was the start. She was the start of all. Okay, agree, but actually she was the start of the entire royal family. That's why Charles was jealous of her. Netflix should a story based on her only. All right, next tweet. I need to sit down and watch everything over again because every time I got the moment to watch, I knocked out. Okay, about The Crown. Season 4 came out in 2020, and since then, the royal family has shown that they offer nothing and have no redeeming qualities. This insight makes this season rather meh, because nothing shown is new or shocking. If anything, Peter Morgan has been very gracious. That's what I think. So far, at least some of the things the squad are talking about, I don't know why the royal family was going crazy. Alright, basically the real thing we have observed, heard and learned about over the past 2 years is so much worse, and they should be thanking the crown. That's what I think too. Alright, I think as a squad we've seen the worst of the royals, so anything else seem mild in comparison. But for those who haven't been in the trench over the years, who their only exposure of the world is to the crown, then it paints a very horrid picture of Charles and Camilla. Okay, if you take a look outside world Twitter, the reaction is different from what I've seen inside the squad. I have yet to see an outsider looking in describe the show as humanizing to the royals. Okay, I have not watched one episode this season yet. I've been waiting for squad review. It's been a mixed bag, but overall it seems most think it's a bit soft on the roaches. If they are willing to show the truth about who those people truly are, then I'm not interested. Okay, I actually liked it. The show facts of the event. Now if they made a season about the late 2010 and then include what we have witnessed, I have a problem with it. Alright, we've enjoyed it. I think Charles and Camilla came off as selfish as they were. I think Diana came off sympathetic and human, not deified, like people do all too often. The Queen was cold, as per. While Meghan and Harry's similarities were obvious, I was able to focus on the story. Too gracious. I haven't watched season 5. I lived through the Diana era, so my interest in seeing it depicted on the screen is meh. Besides, I feel like I'm living through it again with Harry and Meghan, but without faves and control of their narrative. Alright, I'm halfway through. Charles still come off cool and whiner to me. Very gracious toward Camilla. Agree? There's that. Alright, so pretty much what the squad who sat down and watched it so far feel like, in comparison to us Sussex squad who know some of the things that Harry and Meghan are going, where our eyes laser focus on them, in comparison to what they're showing on the show is pretty much being nice to them, but yet they're calling foul. Okay, yes, they were very gracious to Chuck and Phil, philandering. Alright, that's that. I found the crown to be very depressing. Not a single member of that family, with the exception of Prince Philip, seemed to have a very enjoyable life. Diana's story was almost painful to watch. Yeah, I got up in my sleep watching The Crown, where I think Philip was telling the Queen about Penny. Okay, and then when the Queen tell him that he should stop seeing her or something like that, and he said no, that's not gonna happen. And then how intellectual Penny was, someone they could talk to, I mean he could talk to regarding history and stuff like that. So I got up in the middle of that and I need to watch it over again because I don't know what happened before that. And then Philip said you just need to hang out with her and whatever. And then she set a meeting to meet with her. And then when Penny was telling the Queen the story of her family, and then the Queen was like, nope, that's not the way it happened, this is what happened, this and that. And I think that was what happened to the Romanovs or something like that. It's so funny because in my channel here I talk about the Romanovs, some old videos. Go watch. I don't know if I don't put their pictures on the thumbnails, I will know which video I'm talking about. Alright, but I spoke about the Romanovs family. Okay, next tweet. So William also stabbed his mother in the back when he told his granny what Diana was doing. That makes sense why he never wants to see her interview. It reminds him of what he did, probably not knowing what he did, or did he? Wow. Okay. Okay, this is news to me. I wasn't aware that he was, telling the queen what his mother was doing. My goodness, he's not a loyal person to anyone. Rather, he expects others to be loyal to him. I mean, all of them are like that. Unlike Harry, on the other hand, he's very loyal. Okay, just like his father. I loathe William. As an adult, my parents were toxic, not including Diana and this. They divorced in my teens. I was grilled by each after a visit. Do you know how insidious it is to use a kid to beat the other parent? And the kid can see it but feels any action will cause harm. Okay, I went through something similar as a child, and I can tell you it was soul crushing. Oh, that's sad. But did that actually happen? How many are going to blab on the queen's private life? Okay, Bill is like his father Chuck. Powers is more important to them. A child who loved both his granny and his mother, he sensed his mother's emotional pain, and as a child thought he was helping her. They were putting things in his head that his mother was unstable. Diana is as sharp as it is. Some of the things that you see she did. Forget about the crown or whatever. To put her words out there, to let people know what she was going through. This is a freaking brilliant woman. Especially under all of these, courtiers, guards, and all of that. And she was able to still put her stories out. This is brilliant. But yet they want to paint her as being crazy. I mean, if everyone who come into the institution, who seems more human than any of them, but the institution keeps on calling them crazy. Now, we need to think, how come any sensible person that goes into the institution, they labeling them that? Something, we must stop and think and say, maybe the problem is the institution. All right, if this happened, he probably thought he was helping his mother. How tragic for everyone. And the thing is the thing that they were putting in his head. Look how he turned out, just like the father. What is it? I have that thing where the father's taking him to parties with the tabloid. So the father was already training him to be on his side. Okay, and then who the courtiers would be listening to the father. And of course the courtiers, it's like everyone around Princess Diana were on the same page. All right, everyone around her were on the same page, and Diana, they were against her. So things like that will always seem okay for William. And this is the thing, I don't know, as an adult, at least you could have put one and one together and said this is not right, but he continued the same path. People would have sympathy for him if he at least analyzed for himself and said this is not right, or at least don't even put your father down or your mother down in public, especially that interview he did telling his mother is paranoid. After the mother's dead, she can't even defend herself anymore. So don't take any side, just focus on your thing, just like Harry did. All right, he was a child or a teenager. Harry is 2 years younger than him. Diana said the Windsors had William, Harry was hers. Yep, you could see how Harry turned, and look at this. Look how they turned on Harry. That's another example for you. Harry didn't do anything wrong to them. Okay, as a matter of fact, Harry brought someone in to help them, and look how they turned on her, on both of them. And Harry, who is a vet, look how they turn on him. So people need to think, if everyone with sensible mind goes into the institution and they treat them like that, the problem is not the people, it's the institution. Okay, he knew he was at 5 and he was at Eton. And people still ask why the two brothers don't get on. Billy takes after his pathetic father, good luck KKK, whilst Harry is his mother's son. You've done the right thing by walking away from the toxicity. Alright, abolish the monarchy. There's more comment. Let's move on. Alright, I have 3 more after this one. Okay, I told you at the end we're gonna have more good conversation. Alright, when Christopher Bouzy said he had looked into hate accounts that target women but hadn't seen anything to the level of the organized hate against Meghan Markle, it's because these weren't just random accounts, they were paid for by a royal institution and amplified by the UK press. Alright, there's a retweet screenshot. Bouzy emphasized that the negative Twitter activity is not fueled by automated bot accounts, but real account run by humans. Quote, this campaign comes from people who know how to manipulate the algorithms, manipulate Twitter, stay under the wire to avoid detection and suspension. He said, and he continued, this level of complexity comes from people who know how to do this stuff, who are paid to do this stuff. Alright, and now all of that kind of how will I say that, order, that kind of respect people used to have for Twitter is no longer there. And this is why I said the person probably was sent to destroy it, but now that they find their tactic, they send someone to buy Twitter and destroy that. Alright, and then they could free range in Twitter. My last video I spoke about it, and there's some stuff I cut out, a lot of things I cut out on that last video. Okay, not only do they attack Meghan, Harry and their children, they also attack charities, schools and anyone who support them. They even go after families. This is another thing people need to think. Why would you go after charities? Aren't they in the position to do that, to help charities? So why would they allow people to go and attack them? Well, at least the way they portray as if they have nothing to do with it, because they send their mouthpiece, their bots to do the work for them, so they pretend like they're not part of it. But if at least they made put out the statement, especially if it's some sort of a charity that's in the UK that the bots are targeting, so at least speak out against that, because it is part of the UK. Even though they were not patron of or whatever it might be, but if they spoke against any charities that those bots were attacking, I don't know, they could at least have a safe face or anything, but the way those things are being portrayed as if they have nothing to do with it. But we know, based on some videos that I made, and the royal rats have spoken about how, you know, they just give them the eye and they know what to do, this kind of thing. Go watch one of the videos. I think I put a couple clips out of that video, made them separate about the bots. I think I said something, I got receipt or something like that. Go watch that video. Anyway, when they could just say one word and put a stop to it. Okay, when I announced BatSentinel.com will research and release data on the accounts targeting Meghan Markle, I was warned by several people that this account would begin relentlessly attacking me. Within hours of making the announcement, the attack started. Okay, I'm not gonna go to all of those tweets, just the tweets that appear on top. Okay, please just take a look at these. Also remember, I have videos, by the way, anyone who's new, I have some videos on Bouzy, and I think I even have a playlist on Bouzy as well, so you could go and look at these particular tweets that Bouzy said. Please just take a look at these. Also remember, it takes attention away from the idol cheating Billy and his inept doll Duchess of Doolittle. Also the fact that their marriage has become just another Windsor marriage of keeping up with appearances in public. I'm not gonna click on it, too many things to it. Okay, the royal institution control the UK media. The royals are controlled by the media. The institution use the media to control the royals, who check the institution. Who's really in charge? Pretty much the people who's making money. I think it's the same group, you know, with who then want to abolish slavery and all of that. These are the same group who find a way to keep the monarch, you know, under their grip. Okay, the aristocratic courtiers, because they must protect their estates. That's right, that's exactly that. All right, I see two main suspects, Egg and Bond. All right, can't wait for them to get exposed. I mean, just can't wait for more people to their eyes to open. Maybe I should do a prayer, let the blind see. I haven't done prayers on that lately. Let the blind see. And now the royal mafia got egg on their faces. Alright, yep, it's a small amount of people they tweet or reply to tweet about her and Harry all day. If you go to their account, it's 2 to 3 tweets an hour, similar to paid influencers. It's way too obvious now, hence why the campaign isn't working anymore. Agree 100%. Okay, very sad how people can be. Alright, since Meghan and Harry left the royal family, I've noticed how much I detest William and Kate. They did throw her to the wolves with Charles' blessing, and I assume Queen Elizabeth II. I used to love Kate, and now I'm not a fan at all. See, let the blind see. That's it. Alright, you're not alone, my dear. To think I stayed up all night to watch her wedding, felt for her when she was attacked pre-marriage to William. Had I known, I do have wasted my breath. Let the blind see. For her, in a sense, how will I say that? Because she has no fallback of anything if she lives over there. And I've said this in one video. She's one of those. She has no say. She has no say. They have full control of her. And the other thing is, if they throw her out, where is she gonna go? Alright? I don't know. It's not like I'm making excuse for her, but the fact that just take control of yourself. Don't do that dirty work for them. And she's one of those who's most likely will do things to please the institution. Alright? It's sad to say. It is what it is. And like I said in one of my videos, the institution got what they wanted. Alright, so I don't know why they keep on using trying to turn her to turn like Meghan. And that's the other thing too. They want to be popular. Alright, the people, the women that bring them popularity, they don't like it. Okay, Harry, but Meghan naturally being popular without even trying. Princess Diana popular without even trying. Okay, they don't want them. However, if they use a woman like Kate, for instance, use her to copy Meghan, now they could control that. Okay, this is the thing that they could only do. They want to control, and there it is. They have Kate. She's allowed it to happen. All right, mark me. King Charlie is going to be a disaster. I mean, we're already seeing. Agree, it was a shameful campaign. Wait, is this the same Bouzy that is election whisperer? Okay, yep, same guy. Alright, and I truly believe Russian bats. Doesn't shock or surprise me for that matter, one total. Okay, what's that? Okay. Yeah, and vaccines are the work of Bill Gates. We never went. Okay, I don't want to go through that. That tells me move on to the next one when topics start changing. Next tweet. Okay, I'm exactly an hour now. Andrew Morton, powerful people did not want Princess Diana's truth revealed. Okay, there's a link here. It's always about the interests of the royal family, the rest irrelevant if you're fine or not. They still don't want Diana's voice to be heard. Okay, tough. BBC Paranormal interview will be looked at 300 years from now. They will be watching a royal woman from another age go to war and win against her enemy. Also, no one in that time will doubt that Diana was murdered. The queen mystique voodoo was potent stuff. Okay, well, she was definitely silenced. Thank goodness she did that interview. Yep. Okay, exactly, precisely for this reason Harry had responded very well. If they had stayed, they will have silenced the two too. Even where they live in the USA now, they try to silence the Sussexes. And this is what making people open their eyes, because they leave them alone. They told them to go back to America.
If you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
And stuff like that. Well, Meghan and then Harry follow. They're still going after them. People don't like that. All right. You know, sometimes you have to give people time to see the truth. That's why I used to say, let the blind see. And I think this video's prayer is going to be let the blind see. The post says the show was very kind to Morton. What did Morton do in real life? Okay, that was questionable or worthy of a less kind approach. I don't remember this part of my early adulthood. The part where Princess Diana was doing the what is it, for the Morton book, getting the information out and stuff like that. I think I've came across an article, not an article, it was a video. I don't remember reading it. It was a video that explained how the information was getting out of the palace and stuff. All right, so I think Netflix has that. I remember seeing that. I didn't fall asleep on that part. Okay, Diana wasn't actually happy with the first book. She hated that he put so much about her childhood in there and how much she hated her stepmother. Okay, Andrew Morton said there is a lot of accuracy in his part of the crown. It's really scary to think Diana's every move was being watched, as was anyone she interacted with. Yeah, they're keeping an eye on her. All right, you could see what Meghan had said. Some of the thing is resembled to what had happened. All right, I've just seen the episode with the interview. It is going to remind people of the Oprah interview. Some of Diana said it was also repeated by Meghan, especially concerning mental health. Spot on. All right, there's this quote. I had lunch with Queen Elizabeth not long after Queen Elizabeth said to me, unprompted, how are things at the BBC? I said, oh well, fine. Queen Elizabeth said, quote, frightful things to do, frightful. Wow. Thing that my daughter-in-law did. Sir Richard Eyre, BBC controller of editor policy. Okay, let me bookmark this. Okay, we know, of course, because the royal family and government are close and powerful people, mostly are royalists. They don't want to see future king to be exposed with cheating and gaslighting and mistress control. The Prince of Wales like mafia operation. Many powerful people rubbing shoulders with royal family and waiting to be titled. Okay, I remember hearing awful, I guess when they get you in their circle, I remember hearing awful ego that they're making a second documentary with the Morton tape. Okay, I believe National Geographic's Diana, in her own words, uses mostly audio from those tapes. I highly recommend it. I think I heard about that. Did I see part of it? I see, yes, but they didn't use everything from those tapes. That's why a part 2 is in the works. Okay, got it. Very cool. Thanks. Can't remember the name, but there's also one using recording she did with a voice coach. Okay, that one I have. She really opened up to him. Okay, I'll look into that. Thank you. That's where I usually get a lot of my clips. This one, YouTube don't usually bother me too much about it. All right, next tweet. Okay, Dominic West, Camilla Parker Bowles was not a marriage breaker. That's me 9 hours ago. What was she then? A home wrecker? Okay, ask Dominic what is the neighborhood version for a woman who sleeps with a married man knowing that he's married. Marriage breaker is the polite version. Okay, Dominic is in such a marriage. His wife is with Charles. The day that Chuck dropped Carwo to her own house, he drove off with Dominic's wife to his own home. Oh my god, the nastiness that's going on over there. Oh, that's just disgusting. Wasn't a very marriage Dominic West papped making out with Lily Collins a year or so ago. Of course, he sees Charles and Camilla shenanigan as bad. What is that now? Dominic West's wife sparks unlikely friendship with Prince Charles, June 19, 2021. A friendship has blossomed between Catherine Fitzgerald and Prince Charles. Catherine is a member of the Irish aristocracy and shares a love of... Okay, of course, she doesn't feel that way because her husband was in on it. There's a rolling eye. What did God say about adulteress? Yeah, Camilla can be helped where she's going after death. Okay, Camilla can be helped where she's going after death. Alright, there's this. I read this in one of my videos, but was for years Camilla had secret off the record telephone conversation with the editor of the Sun newspaper, Stuart Higgins, a curious relationship which illustrated the web of understanding and complicity and the circle around Charles. I then sensed that she and the prince were out of touch. Higgins recalled, I talked to her once a week about Diana and Charles. She guided me on things. I can see that. Okay, true or things that were off. Okay, I remember reading this as well. Let's move on. I want to finish now. What is that now? That was the rumor. Blooming friendship between Charles and Dominic West's wife. Actor will play the prince and the crown, but Catherine is the one with real royal connection. I don't know anything about that. Let's move on to my last one. Okay. Oh, so I did put it. Okay, I thought I didn't put it. So I had it last. So I had it, I read that already. Okay, I didn't think I put it on the list. Okay, so let's do a prayer. Prayer for what? Prayer, let the blind see, like I said. More people need to see because too many stupid things is happening. Okay, prayer. I believe that you can restore my eyesight the same way you have healed blind people in the Bible. Lord, I know that it is not your wish for me to go blind. This is the plan of the enemy. Please restore my eyesight that I may be able to see clearly. May my vision get better each waking moment. All right, let's look for an image. I don't think we're gonna have much image. If there is, there must be new. Let's read that one. Okay, Lord, when blind men begged for mercy, you gave it. I'm asking that you have mercy on this nation. Help us trust you more deeply and embrace your discipline. Give us leaders who will call us not just to a party or platform, but to you. Amen. I don't know. Let's leave this as that. Okay, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. That's it.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And you know, for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.